Today's video is about a day in the life of a comic book speculator. Cold, hard truths, facts. Alright, here we go. Look guys, speculation is not always going to be a success. You're going to have some highs, you're going to have some lows, and a lot of time you're just going to be flat. These two boxes is kind of like flat with a little bit on the upside. Okay? Wet my beak is what I'm saying here. Now, as a speculator, obviously, I want to invest in a book and have it come back and make me some money. I also want to speculate on something that might hit in the future. For these particular books, though, I wanted to pretty much flip them fast. There are a couple of books here that I was planning on keeping if they came back at certain grades. And yeah, they came back at certain grades. So, all right, let's. This one's missing books because I worked out a deal with a buddy of mine from my comic book shop. He owns my comic book shop. My local comic book shop, Pete. So he gave me some books, and in return, I sent a few of his books out to get graded and pressed under my account. Some big books. He had an Ultimate Fallout 4, a Previews 95. Previews came back in an 8.5, Ultimate Fallout at 9.0, and then we split some other books that are going to be in here also. But all right, here we go. All right, so I think I'm going to start doing this with all my unboxings from now on, only because it's a little bit more educational, especially money-wise, right? Because some people watch unboxings just to see, hey, should I even send that book out to get graded? Educational purposes for the speculator. You guys can help me name these stacks, okay? I put out 4 stacks here. I'll tell you what they represent, and please post in the message boards. Give me ideas on what we're going to call these 4 stacks. These are the duds. I think that might be the dud stack. How about that? A dud stack. These are the ones that definitely lose money for me. I would have never sent this book out if I thought it was a 6.5. We're going to take a look at that book. But I would have never sent that out there like that. You know, it's not even a Canadian price variant. But anyway, came back at 6.5. These right here are books that I probably just will break even on, or maybe just wet my beak. What can we call that? Wet my beak stack? No, because I'm going to have some just break evens. How about a break even stack? Break even plus? That could be a good name, I guess. This one right here is books that are I'm probably going to make up to 100% profit, maybe 50% to 100%, including the grading fee. So let's say if my overall cost for the book is $60, right? Then I'm probably going to sell it for, I'm going to say $99, because I still have the fee for selling it, which is going to be 10% of the book. So that would be 50% profit almost, right? And then this stack is going to be anything over that. So anything over 100% profit is going to go into that slot right there. And this is the, what do we call that stack? Man, this is a phenomenal stack? Nah, that's pretty, that doesn't even sound right. But this is the good stack, the really freaking fine stack that you want. All right, I have other books there, but we're going to leave them for the end. And money-wise, the other stack that I'm going to show you guys will probably be on the break-even stack. All right. Here we go. Dud stack. Why the heck is this a dud? 6.5. Remember the grade, man, because when you look at this, tell me if this is really a 6.5. I looked at this. I looked mostly at the spine, and I did look at inside the books, make sure nothing was torn. Now, what happens when it's in their custody? I don't know. But to me, at least the front of the book does not look like a 6.5. You know CGC is grading a lot stricter now. And you know what? You could definitely see it here. I mean, what the fudge, man? Staple. There's no tears in here. You know what? I'm gonna look at CGC right now because I didn't look at these before. I received this one about 3 weeks ago and I didn't even look at it. I was disappointed with the grade, but I was like, you know what? I'll look at it later. I never did. Let me see what CGC says about this because I do not see a 6.5 here. If you do, let me know where. All right, here's the grader notes. Here's the Secret Wars 3 is a 6.5. Crease, full top of front cover. Okay. Where the hell's the crease? It's in the top of the front cover. I mean, let's go here. Up against the light. You guys see a crease? Oh, maybe right there. Oh, there is a crease there. Look, see that? Ah, damn it. There's a crease there. They're right. There is a crease, but is that enough to make it a 6.5? Full. Okay, as it go across, it seems like it's going. Is it going across? Shit, man. Oh, excuse my language. Damn it, they might be right. Yeah, we're going across. You see that? Damnation, look. You can't even freaking see it like that. I didn't even catch that, man. Or maybe I caught it and I thought it could be pressed out, but no, I don't think I did catch it. 6.5 anyway. It's a loss. It is what it is. I'm not gonna break it out and sell it unbroken. I'm gonna sell it like that. I'll probably put it up for like 30 or 40 bucks on my comic shop or something like that. Just this one here is a 7.5. It's gonna be a loss. All right, because I can't find any comps for it. The only thing that might save me is that it's from 1980, so I might end up just making my money back on this, but I can't find comps on this book at that grade. And it's not like it's something that's like worth it. This is a book that I thought I might get back, and if I got it back at a high grade, I might have kept it. Because it's one of my favorite books ever in Thor. This is one of the books that got me to love Thor when he went up against the Celestials. You know, these books, man, these extra large books that Marvel creates for either the annuals or but they're thicker books, right? They're harder to get in higher grades, you know. But I might end up going after something like this, like at a higher grade, maybe 9.4 or 9.6. Hell, maybe even a 9.8. It all depends on if I can find it for a nice price, just to keep it in the PC, only because of my nostalgia with this particular book. I just love it. I love it. Love it how they show Odin in his true form, not Odin as he is right now. Odin that pretty much falls at the sight of any type of challenge. You know, the guy is a punk right now in current comics. And here, though, a powerhouse. You know, even before this right here, Odin was to be respected. Not anymore. Now he's just like a chump. Alright. This one, even though it's a great grade, 9.6, the book actually took a dive after I bought it. I bought this from Sands. I bought this for, I want to say it was 130 bucks. I think it's 130 bucks I paid for this. Thinking that I might get a 9.4 or higher. I think a 9.4 was going for like 150. And I was willing to maybe take like a $20 loss after the press. But I was thinking it could have been a 9.8, especially Sands called it a candidate, and it definitely is a candidate. It's a 9.6, you know, after the press. So it definitely, he's right. He was right. It was a candidate. But because the book dropped in price so much, the 9.6 is probably, if I'm lucky, I can probably get 180 for it. I paid 130, and then the pressing and grading fee is gonna run me another 40 bucks. So it's gonna be a loss plus whatever the sell fee is. The selling fees, I should say. This is Alpha Flight 51. Now, this is the very first ever artwork by the great Jim Lee. Now, I don't believe he did the cover. Let me see if it says it here. Yeah, no, he didn't do the cover. He did the inside work with Will Portacio, who was also a great artist. That was a great era, man. 1980s. Great era for comics. Wish they would have had better paper back then so we could enjoy it even more, you know. But the quality of paper was not that great. No, in the 90s they got better. But this is a loss. I bought this for 30 bucks at my local comic book shop. I thought maybe with a press I could have had a shot at a 9.6, 9.8. 9.4 is not so bad, but no, I didn't have the shot at the 9.6 or 9.8 after all. And it ended up being also a newsstand. So, yeah, more than likely that's a loss, because I believe the comps for that are probably, I don't know, 50 bucks maybe on that. That's a loss. That's a loss. Here's another one. I don't know what the heck was wrong with me on this thing. Why the hell did I send this in? Anybody tell me why I sent this in? There must have been a reason. I'm not a huge Black Panther fan, okay? Now, here's the thing about Tosin, or Tosin, or whatever the heck his name is. All right? Black Panther is a pretty good character. Probably based on Batman, but a good character, okay? I would say he's probably a C-list superhero. I would have to think that you guys would agree with that. C-lister, maybe as high as B-lister. What makes you think that Tosin or Tosin or Tus is going to be any better than that, than Black Panther is? What makes anybody think that? Okay? Now, being C-list is not bad, you know? There's a lot of characters that are C-list that I love, you know? I think Deathstroke is kind of like C-list. I don't think he's a B-lister at all. To me, he's an A-lister, but and should be an A-lister, like the Punisher, you know. But I don't think he is. But I love Deathstroke. Lobo is not well known like that either. To me, he's an A-lister. To most people, he's probably a C-lister. All right. Why the hell did I send this in? I mean, was I high? I don't even get high, but I must have. It has to be a reason why I sent this in. I'll tell you what, though. It's gonna hit my pocket. All right. Here is the list for. Hold on, let me rearrange these real quick. All right, this one at a 9.2. Should probably be in the loss pile. However, I bought a lot of these, and this is just a freebie. So as long as I can sell this for more than my grading fee, which I should, all right, I think I can get $50 for this at least. So, well, maybe not at least, but I think I can get $50 out of it. So if that's the case, then at least I make a little bit of a profit or my money back anyway in grading fees, because the grading fee is going to be close to $40. It's going to be in the probably about $40. All right. Yeah, this one, another one. This one was one of the books that I negotiated with my local comic book shop for the books that he got graded and pressed. But this doesn't go for much in a 9.0. Great cover, though. I thought it'd come back a little bit higher than that. I knew that it wasn't going to come back at a 9.8 because it has... I think I saw one or two ticks that were color breaking, but I was hoping for a 9.4. Either way, it's a 9.0. I'm not going to dispute it. I already know, like, if you look hard enough at these books, you'll find the reason why it's a 9.0. So, yeah, that one, you know, I might wet my beak a little bit on that at a 9.0. This one, another book that was sent in for the grading fee, right? The total price that we kind of looked at was like $240 for a bunch of books. So this was one of them. 9.4, yeah, it still doesn't come out being a loss for me, because I was looking at this one as being kind of like a freebie. All right, a 9.4, this doesn't really go for much. Again, between $40 and $60, I would say that's gonna go for. This one's another one. It's just not. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna take me into the loss column. I think it's a break-even book at a 9.4. Didn't pay too much for that one as well. This one didn't pay too much for it also, but it's a great cover, right? And the most that I'm paying for these is the grading fees. That's the most that my cost is mostly on the grading fees. So because of the cover, this book will always sell, you know, always sell. It's just a classic, one of the best Doctor Doom covers ever, man. So I got some Canadians coming in for that also, that I'm hoping come back at higher grades. This guy's starting to, you know, hit a stride right now, I think. And he hasn't even made an appearance now. Now, if he ever does, then this will be a much higher price book than the prices that I'm paying for it, which is around $10 a book. So I'm gonna keep trying to get the high grades on that. This one, you know, almost anything Spider-Man with key first appearances or key appearances, they do well anyway. So I'll break even on this one at a 9.0. I don't know if that came out of my personal, if I bought it from somebody, but I know I didn't pay much for it. What If 31, just a great cover, even though it's a bad grade, 8.5, not the greatest. From 1982 though, it's passable. I should be able to wet my beak on this. So, because I didn't pay that much for it. Same with this one, came back at a 9.0. I've had these come back as high as 9.6s. This is a book that CGC does not grade kindly. Much like Wolverine #1, the first patch. They don't grade that kindly, okay? But I, again, should be able to wet my beak. This is another one. Now, this would have been a loss. I bought this from Sands for $150. However, he sent me other books that and some other ones also that were freebies, like the Momoko Captain America, I think number 4, I think it was Captain America 4 Momoko. Yeah, that came back at a 9.8. So because of that, this one, it ends up wetting my beak at 9.6, even though it would have been a loss if it would have been just that one book. And then these two I bought in tandem. So what I have in this is pretty much the grading fees, because both of these books didn't cost me much, maybe $20 for both. So yeah, not so bad, not so bad. That's the bad news, pretty much, because wet my beak to me is bad news. It's not worth, wet my beak is not really worth going through all the trouble to get them graded, to get them pressed. It's not worth the trouble. These are. Alright, so I sent 3 of these, but we had a deal with Pete that we were going to split the books. So if I would have gotten 2 9.8s, and he gets a 9.8, I get a 9.8, and I get whatever is left. With this one, all 3 of them came back at 9.4s, and all 3 of them came back with off-white to white pages. See that? So it's about $100 book, I would say, in a 9.4, maybe 90. And yeah, that ends up being more than 50%, including the grading fee for me. So that's good. That's good. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #1. That's a 9.4. And yeah, that one ends up being a pretty decent book for me as well. I'll tell you the story behind that one, because there was 3 of them. 3 of them. One of them came back at 9.4. The other one came back at 9.6, and the third one came back at 9.8. And I'll show you what book I ended up with. But this pile is the it's a pretty decent pile. I don't know what we're gonna call this pile, but this is the pile that I make up to 100%, I would say, on a book. All right, but definitely a profit pile. All right, here we go. This is Something's Killing the Children #7 and a 9.4. Not bad. I mean, look, I don't know how many times I gotta say this about this character, but this is the infancy of Peter Parker, is what you're seeing right here. And I'm not even lying to you guys, man. This is the infancy of this character. This character just started, and this character is a mega star, future star. She already is a star in comics, you know. But 40 years from now, you know, hopefully I'll still be around. I don't know that I will, but yeah, she's gonna be looked at as something really special, really special. And there's books that you want to have from her, and I would say that definitely go after the number ones. You know, first the 6 printings and the store variants for the number ones, and then if you can't, then secondarily I would go after the 7th and 8th printing. But just be careful what you pay. This might be the time to buy her though, because prices are down, especially on moderns, you know. But yeah, of course, that's going to be a profit. 9.4 on this is a profit as well. I might be selling these, all right? I'm hoarding her number ones is what I'm doing. I'm hoarding her number ones. But number 5, these are rarer than the number ones. Each one of these, I made a video on the production of these also. So yeah, I'm not gonna lose money on these. Even at a 9.2, it's still gonna be profitable for me because of the print runs. That's number 4, number 5, and number 7. And here comes number 3 at a slightly better grade, 9.6. Unfortunately, I didn't get any 9.8s this time around. I do have a 9.8 of a number 3 already, and that's being kept. This one right here, 9.6, A Strange Academy. I bought this as a Campbell lot that I already got some 9.8s on already, so this ends up being a pretty good book for me. And I talked about this. I wanted this to come back as 9.8 so bad, man. But at a 9.6, this brings me probably about double what I paid for it. And then this is the really good pile, right? This is the creme of the creme. All right. Well, for this box anyway. Okay, I sent 7 of these House of M number 1s. These are all the Casada variants. Most of them came from my PC. I held these for a very long time, and I'm just now starting to let them go. And I got them graded finally. Okay, but one of them came from Thorough, and all 7 of them came back at a 9.6. I sent 3 before. I sent some of them to get pre-screen, and they came back pre-screen 9.8, and they all came right back to me. So I just said, you know what, let Mr. Kendra press them and see what they come back, and all of them, every single one, 9.6, which is still great for me, because back then I think I might have paid 20 bucks each for them. And yeah, more than double profit. I already sold, I think, two of them. I might have one more left. Or did I sell the 3? Anyway, but it was yeah, more than double the profit. All right, this is one of the books that I made a deal with my buddy Pete, and look what I got with it, man. Danny Ketch. So yeah, there it is right there. First appearance, Danny Ketch as Ghostwriter. Tough book to get a 9.8 on. Super tough because of that cover. Because of that cover. As soon as I saw it, I said, you know what? Needs a press, but I know who to send it to, and Kendra's the man. He's got me a 9.8 in this type of grading world that we're in with CGC, which ends up being, I think, good for the collector. Also, you want quality grading. You do want, if you buy a 9.8, you want to see a 9.8, you know. Yeah, that book is probably about a $300 book, at least a $250 book, right? I would have to think at least $250 book. Here's another one, came back at 9.8. All right, I bought 3 of these. I got the 9.8, the 9.4, and the 6.5. So 6.5 I lost cash, lost money on. right? The 9.4 I'm probably going to break even on. And then this one, the 9.8, of course, you know, that's the big winner. So that ended up being good. And look at this. So what we did with Pete, there was 3 of these books. One came back at 9.4, another at 9.6, and another at 9.8. So I told them, look, the best thing that we could do is we could flip for it. Flip a coin. And I told him to flip it. So it was his fate. His fate was the 9.6. All right? And my fate was the 9.8. Yeah, baby. So that ends up being a great book for me. Here's another one. All right? It's my second 9.8 in this book. This one will be going out to get sold. All right. Even though this might not be the time to sell this book, this is a 1 in 50 Werewolf by Night. There is a 1 in 100, but this is the one that the collectors are going after. It's kind of like the Infinity Crisis number 5. I'm sorry, Infinite Crisis, not Infinity. Infinite Crisis number 5. It's got a 1 in 25, but the one that people go after is the cover with the Blue Beetle on it. So yeah, I think this might be the book, even though it's still in its infancy, pretty much. All right, this might be the book to have of his. And then these might be the keepers. I know this one right here, more than likely I'm gonna keep. All right, more than likely I'm gonna keep. So yeah, I mean, is this a winner already? Yeah, it's already a winner. Okay, it's already a winner, but it's a keeper, so I might just watch that baby just rise and rise as my let me see, it doesn't even mention that it's the first Phyla Bell. Doesn't even mention first Phyla. It doesn't mention it even here either, right? But I don't think I'm going to chance not keeping it and try and get another 9.8. I don't think I'm going to do that. If anything, I might buy some more of these, since they're probably still cheap, I would think. Maybe. I haven't even looked at the comps for that book, to tell you the truth, but I know they weren't going for much when I last looked at them. So but yeah, that's the unboxing for today, guys. Let me give you CGC comps and grading comps on one of the 25s. Found both paperwork, so shipping to Impressive Comics was $10. Because I sent them like 4 different submissions on one, and I think I sent them like 2 others on another, or whatever. It came out to around $10 shipping per submission, and then 346 was his charges for this one. They were 356 for this one. CGC charges were $520.50. This is before the last increase. Comes out to $876.50 divided by 25 books. It's a whopping $35.06, which is not so bad. It's more now because of the increase in fees from CGC. And then the other one came out just a little higher, $35.46, just a few cents more, 40 cents more, right? That's because of shipping charges. Yeah, it was shipping charges. These are Pete's books, right? He had a 0.1. Yeah, that Marvel 0.1 number 1, that was the Kamala Khan. Came back at 9.6. He was super happy with that. I was disappointed with the Marvel previews and the Ultimate Fallout 4 at a 9.0 and an 8.5. Yeah, I was disappointed on that, man. For him, you know, because I wanted him to have high grades on those, but tough grading, man, tough grading. So Secret Wars, he got one of those. He got one of the 10s. He got a 0.1 also. Yeah, all right, let me show you guys a book that I was specking on. I am specking on. I bought a whole bunch of them, okay? And 2 of them are going to be going out to 2 of you guys. All right, I sent a bunch of these books out to get graded. Now, I promised 2 of you guys a book. The 2 people were Bruce Manley and the Dr. Doom. All right. The highest grade that I got. Now, when I put the video out that I was sending these out, I think I said in the video I was expecting between 6s and 8s, with I was having a really high possibility. I mean, an unrealistic possibility that could one of these come back a 9.0, but that wasn't the case. The highest grade that I got was an 8. Look, I'm going to keep the 8, okay? I am going to keep the 8 because this is not a very expensive book. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. But it is a fantastic Bronze Age cover. This is a book exactly on 1975. I say that because that is the last year that you can get this graded on the modern tier at CGC. If it was 74, then you'd be paying a lot more to get this graded, and it wouldn't be worth it, I don't think, at current values. It might not even be worth it at these particular grades, even the 8.0, and I'll show you why. But I promised you Bruce and the Doctor won the next highest grade, 7.0. I got 3 7s, a 5.0, a 6.0, and a 4.5. Damnation. Every single one of them came with cream to off-white pages, to white pages. Yeah, cream to white pages. Some of them say cream to off-white. Actually, no, it's cream to off-white. Damnation, not cream to white. Oh, how could it be cream to white, right? It's cream to off-white. Yeah, every single one of them came like that. Cream to, including the 8.0. And what happens with these books, in my opinion, is that the owner of these books probably left these near a window, and sunlight just got to them, you know. But they still look nice, though. They still look nice. They still present very well. It's a magnificent cover. So this is a book that maybe if you can buy already graded in the 9s, this has big time possibilities. And hopefully even the lower grades like this will have good possibilities. So look, Dr. Doom and Bruce, I'm giving you guys a copy of the next highest grades, which is the 7s. Okay, I think that's fair, because I don't want to give you guys like one. I don't want to give one of you guys a 7 and then the next highest is a 6. Wouldn't be fair to one of you, so I'll give you both guys 7s. All right, and email me. Actually, I'm going to email you both. I'm going to email you both because I have both of your emails, and we'll send those out to Bruce Manley this week, and to Dr. Doom. I'm still waiting on that Daredevil Dr. Doom cover. I don't know how long that's going to be, but you are going to be getting. I know. Dr. Doom is in the UK, I believe. So yeah, you're getting two slabs, my friend. The Sentai, I still haven't made my decision really if I'm gonna keep it or sell it. It's a very rare book, so I'm on the fence on keeping it. I've been on the fence ever since I got it. I like having rare books. I just love having rare books, and that's as rare as they come in a 9.6. And I thank you again, Dr. Doom, for that. Bruce Manley has been a contributor to this channel. He always posts, he always asks me questions, and listen, I appreciate that, guys. Look, I'm not in here to make money or anything like that. I'm real, all right? My channel is not going to be, I'm never going to have 20,000 subscribers or anything like that, and I don't post enough to make money out of the channel. But I do enjoy, you know, talking comics and talking to some of you and having the conversations that we have, even an email, you know, and I enjoy, like, you guys asking questions, thinking that I'm some type of genius, which I'm not. As you can see, I have like so many freaking losses, but I do have wins too, you know. But yeah, there's a lot better people than me on the tube, a hell of a lot more, you know. So I appreciate any good comments, you know, or any commentary, really, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've had people comment on different videos, not too nice stuff, and it just comes with the territory. Everybody's different, you know. Everybody's an individual. But oh yeah, I'm going to show you guys this book real quick. All right, so I was looking at comps for this book recently, right? And in May 10th of this year, this is going back just, what, about a month? A 9.4 sold for $180. Now, it says best offer, but I think it sold for $180. I think somebody just bought it for $180. There was a 9.6 that was sold for $150 in May. So how much can a 7.0 and an 8.0, even a 5.0, how much can that possibly go for? It's not a very expensive book. However, when I look at what people are asking for nowadays, look at that. Well, this is a 9.8 2000, right? But for a 9.0, they're asking for $250. You know what? I don't think that's a bad ask, to tell you the truth. I think that $150 for a 9.6 is ridiculous. I would have never sold that book for $150 ever, forever, ever. You know that. You know the answer. Forever, never. Look at this. 9.6. Somebody's asking $800 for it now. I guess they didn't see the comps, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this book is going to see a turnaround soon, you know. It's kind of like other books that Dr. Doom had that kind of made turnarounds also, you know. An 8.5 for $199. Then another 8.5 for $199. I think that's where it stops with the CGC. If you look at raw books for this, yeah, raw books don't go for that much. So you can probably get a raw for $10 to $20, but you gotta watch out, because this is a square bound book, and you know those square bounds from the 70s, the Bronze Age square bounds. Yeah, they take a lot of beatings, man. So be careful if you buy this book raw, but if you can go to a convention and take a good look at one, and you could see that it might be in the 9s, yeah, that might be something to spec on. I wish I would have looked up these when they were on, because I would have bought these, man. 180 and 150. I'd buy that all day long at that price, you know. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if See if somebody makes a mistake and puts them up for that. I'll scoop them up. You know, this is something for the future, just to hold, just to see what happens when both of these guys hit the Marvel universe, you know, movie universe, MCU. Later, my dudes. Bruce and Dr. Doom, I'll be in touch with you guys, alright? Later.